we will learn about the flicker noise. It will appear at frequency is below 500 Hz. It also referred as 1 by f noise, inversely proportional to frequency. It is generated because of fluctuation in current density. This noise produces fluctuation in voltage and current. The mean square value of flicker noise is directly proportional to the square of direct current flowing through the device. Now the transition noise or high frequency noise, that is also produced in the transistor, excuse me. This noise also creates in the transistor. If the time taken by electron from emitter to collector becomes comparable to period of signal, then the transit time effect takes place. Transit time effect is the basic of this kind of noise. The transit time is the time that electron takes from emitter to collector, go from emitter to collector. That is the emitter part. And that is the collector part. The electron that travels through from from emitter to collector, the time that it takes, that's known as the transit time, and for this, that is known as transit time noise also. This effect can be observed at a very high frequency. Due to this, some carriers may diffuse back to emitter. This gives rise to input impedance. That is also known as transit time noise too. And that is noise is amplified in cascade amplifier. In a cascade amplifier, the noise can be amplified. The amplifier amplifies the noise with the different gains if it is in cascaded situation or connected. Noise is also generated in the tuned circuit. That is the tuned circuit, the RLC circuit, the tuned circuit, that will also been generated in the tuned circuit. Signal to noise ratio, that is the pretty much important part, that how much quality full a noise is. It is defined as the ratio of signal to power noise, that means signal power to noise power, and that is the ratio between these two, the power of signal and power of noise. And we also it's also important that if we want to find out this SNR, the 10 log, we will make it to the logarithmic part, decibels. We will also always describe it by decibels. High or low signal to noise ratio, which one is good? That is, high signal to noise ratio is pretty good, because signal is in the numerator part of the ratio. So whether the numerator get increased, that means noise is decreased. So SNR, if the SNR is high, so the most qualityful the noise is. Now, the effects of noise. Noise is an inconvenient feature which affects the system performance. Noise limits the operating range of systems. Noise indirectly places a limit on the weakest signal that can be amplified by an amplifier. The oscillator in the mixer circuit may limit its frequency because of noise. Noise affects the sensitivity of receivers. Sensitivity is the minimum amount of input signal necessary to obtain the specified quality output. Noise affects the sensitivity of a receiver system, which eventually affects the output. So that is a distorted or noisy signals that we have been seen here in our TV. So now we have to noise cancellation or noise reduction. How we will reduce or cancel the noise? You have to self-study at your own. So these are the sources of the noise. The channel box also delimits the noise. Summary is the summary is the noise, different type of noise. We know about the demonstrate and understanding the signal to noise ratio and equations involved, what problems involving noise produced by the resistance, temperature, effects of noise in communication system. That's all for now. The brief analysis of noise. Thank you very much for being with me.